Hey, what's up everybody? It's Duskmos, and today I'm taking a look at the Chase Bliss Clean. Let's check it out. So today in this Signal Colors primer, I'm taking a look at the Clean, which is a studio quality compressor with a few tricks up its sleeve to make it stand out a little bit from the pack. In addition to the normal compressor duties, it's got sag, it's got like a trem kind of thing. It's got a swell. It's even got this dusty mode that will allow you to push into it so you kind of remove that limiter and turn it into what's basically an overdrive, like a soft-edged overdrive. And that's a lot of fun alone. It has mono in, stereo out mode like a lot of the Chase Bliss pedals do nowadays. In addition to being fully stereo, of course. Or mono to mono. It's got a motion mode that will play with EQ settings automatically. And it's even got a sidechain input so you can do some ducking type effects from an external source like a kick or something like that. It's got a lot going on and it's really capable for being as small as it is. Just the normal Chase Bliss pedal format. And while I'm not going to go into all the modes today, there are a lot of resources out there. I'll link to some of those in the description below. But there you can learn a little bit more about all the different modes and hear how it reacts to different types of dynamics and different types of instruments and things like that. So to start off, I don't have any of the dip switches flipped on the back, so I'm just going to go straight up like as you would get it out of the box. I'm coming out stereo from the Digitakt II from Elektron into the Clean, and then out stereo into the TX6 from Teenage Engineering, and then out into the camera. I'll have links to everything in the description. Affiliate links for the Digitakt and the TX6 from Zounds.com, my affiliate partner. And then I'll just link to Chase Bliss for the Clean. Okay, so as always, I like to start with my Clean patterns, and I actually have two. On this one, we'll go ahead and start. This is the first one. So a little bit of a, I don't know, like a house vibe kind of thing. I don't know. Trancey something. Trance house? Tech house? I have no idea. I'm really bad with the micro genres. I like a lot of it. I just don't know what to call it. Anyway, this is the vibe I'm setting in this one. And one thing to pay attention to right out of the gate is the level of the kick and the level of the drone. So the kick is like a little hefty right now. And the drone in the background is a little bit more subtle. So this compressor will bring up the lower bits and then squish down the higher bits a bit. So let's hear the Clean do that. I swear I always have trouble with Chase Bliss switches when I'm reaching for them. They're a little specific with how you hit them. If you hit them at an angle, they are almost more momentary in a way, or like don't quite latch. I love them, but that always bothers me. So anyway, I digress. You can hear the drone has come up a bit. You can see this is the sensitivity reaction. So this LED will show you how it's reacting to the input. As you can see, it's staying pretty lit, so it's staying pretty squished. You loosen things up a bit. The light flickers more, and that means there's more movement in the compression. You can also change up the dynamics, which is the level of compression. So from about here, about like 7 o'clock or whatever, it'll go up to 12 o'clock. That's all normal compression. And then once you go as in increasing amounts ratio, it starts at 1:1. and then you cross over into limiting. And here you kind of feel like you hear like a little bit of a pump more. And then you go into sag. And then it really dips out. And what I'm finding is that I like that. Turn it up a little bit and bring in the dry. And you really get that sort of pumping effect without having to use the sidechain. Won't work for every source material, but it's a cool thing to have on tap. So you've got controls for attack and release here, attack on a knob, release on a switch, and it's preset to 0.5 seconds on the left, and then a custom in the middle, and then I think it's 1.5 on the right, but you can tweak it, the custom one, to be anywhere in the range. But short attack or low attack, I guess short, really short attack and short release means it'll dip in and out. As you can see reflected by the light, it's very much more like on off right now. And with a slower attack and a slower release or a longer release, see the light is more of like a fade in, fade out kind of thing. Keep them both short so we get a little bit more action. So you've got EQ here, which you can do a high cut. You go left of center. All the way into nothing, which is cool. And then right of center is a low cut. Again to almost nothing. That's pretty handy. And I think you could perform with it too. I'm not going to wrench on it too hard because I don't want to move the pedal so it stays nice and centered. So physics right now in the middle position is no physics, it's just a normal type of compression reaction. If you go left, it'll get a little, it's like a smooth fluctuation, and then the right side is like a choppier fluctuation. So let's explore that. We'll go to the smooth. So you can hear now it's kind of fluttering, but with sort of softer edges, which is pretty cool. And you go to the right side, that's back to middle. Now you hear it's more of like a stepped reaction, almost stuttery. Let's go to the sputtery sag. See what that does. Yeah, so you can hear it illustrated. A little bit smoother fades in this mode versus the more jagged, which is cool. Add some character. You can obviously tweak the settings. So here I have the low cut and the physics on jittery. You add some flutters in there. Kind of cool. And then back to bypass. And yeah, you hear the different instruments sound more like separated almost. Like they feel like they're definitely in different depths, if that makes any sense. And then when you add in the compression, everything kind of comes together. And I guess it's less dynamics. I think that's what a compressor does. It smooths out all the peakiness. And generally sounds a little bit more polished. And we'll bypass. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the next pattern here. And we'll hear it clean. Okay, and I'll go ahead and engage the clean. So here, again, you kind of hear the samples, the noise comes up in the mix. We'll bypass. And those little rim shot snare type hits kind of quieten down a little bit. But yeah, you really hear this bring everything up. Really nice. You can vary it. Compression to limiting. Do a little EQ. Here, you can hear the release is really long, and it almost, like it keeps it squashed. So you can see the light basically stays solid, and that's because it's always compressed down. Then here you hear the level come up a bit. See, it was sensitivity was a little bit too much there. Let's try that again. You see now it's really reacting. So now I'll up the release. Versus here you've got a bit more volume because it's ducking in and out versus just kind of smashing it all down consistently. You hear it more even when you're in the limiting. So again, obviously quite a bit louder now versus it just kind of staying triggered Even more so when you up the sensitivity. Here you can hear the kick is really squished. I guess, well, the EQ is actually emphasizing, or cutting off the high. Bring up that a bit. And we'll bypass. Okay, so now actually what I want to do is turn on the dusty mode. So now when I engage it, you're going to hear it kind of smashed up a bit. Let's check it out. I happen to really like it. Kind of sounds like I guess like hitting the limiter and like tape or something, or like really pushing into some tape. Bring in a little bit of the dry still. What's kind of cool about the dusty mode is it actually works on the dry as well. So even if we nix the compressed layer, still get that crispiness. Sounds really nice. Here the kick is really dipped out. So I'm going to push the levels into it a bit more. Yeah, a little bit crustier. So in this mode, we actually have EQ movement. You can hear it reacting. Which is pretty cool. Go on the other side here. Really cool. All right, we'll toggle EQ mode to the other side. So here you can hear it, basically it's like an LFO for the EQ. Try to get the timing there. Pretty cool. We'll bypass. Ooh, we were loud there. Bring that back down. one thing, mess with compression. Do have to be careful with your levels a little bit. There's always like makeup gain and stuff involved. So that's half the fun. Really smashed. Combine physics with EQ mode and dusty. You've got a completely different flavor versus clean. Really cool. Before I wrap this up though, show a couple other little tricks. Go to something a little bit more normal here. You've got an auto sag mode, so if you press and hold the bypass foot switch, it'll engage that. So it's basically like cranking this knob up all the way. But on foot switch demand. It's pretty cool just to dip in and out of that for a special effect. And then over here you can engage the swell mode, which will let you swell in and out. A little bit less useful in sort of like running a whole mix through in electronic music anyway, but you'll hear it, it's pretty cool. I feel like that works a little bit better for nice sort of single instrument stuff, kind of coming in smoothly and leaving, I don't know. It works really well on guitar. I think it would work well on just like a single synth. I don't know what this is gonna do. So there you go. What's not coming back? Oh, there it is. So you can tweak that too. You can tweak the amount of time that it takes to come in. And I believe sensitivity and things like that. You know what, while we're at it, let's go ahead and mess with some spread. So already you can hear a little bit of stereo movement. And the different layers to clean will react differently in the spread amount. So crazy panning right now. Flip to the other EQ mode. And back to clean. Although, is it back to clean? Because it's bypassing clean. But there we go. That is a first look, or at least my first pass, my take on the Clean. And I think it's a lot of fun. If it's your first compressor, or even if it's your last compressor, I think there's a lot to like about it. It's got character, it's got personality. I like that it has the motion, and the spread feature is always really cool on the Chase Bliss stuff. Really getting that stereo panning going on always really brings something to the table. It's got a lot of extra features that are really kind of unique to a compressor. You do have to really kind of dig for them though. I mean, not that it's hard to use or anything, just more like you have to find those areas of the pedal that pull that little bit extra out that, you know, like anything, I guess it has to apply to what you're running through it. You want to use the features. But what's cool is even if you don't need to use everything or want to use everything that it can do, you can pick one thing and have it do that. Like you could just use the overdrive of the dirty mode if you wanted to and not even compress. So it is kind of like a compression Swiss Army knife in a way. So I feel like that makes this a really solid choice for a lot of people. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And even if you don't, I still appreciate you being here and watching today. So thanks as always, and I'll see you next time.